Hi everyone, good evening, Jai Hind. In this video, we are going to talk about two very important points. One, are the students who are good in mathematics naturally gifted? The second, in this AI era, is school math enough for your child? This is going to be an important video for all the parents, particularly for the students who are in grade 3 to 7 and also all the other parents also, because I'm also going to give you remedies. I'm also going to talk about the steps which a lot of parents follow and in their homes to make their child good in mathematics. And these are very small things which every parent can and should do so that the student, the child is able to become a good problem solver when he grows up. So let's get started. Now, a lot of parents believe that being good in mathematics is something which is naturally gifted. Believe me, guys and parents, this is very important. I've been teaching mathematics for the last 16 years now, and I definitely know that there's nothing called naturally gifted. I've trained a lot of students whose natural interest level in mathematics was zero before they came to me, and when they passed out, they were at the pinnacle of their mathematical career. And there are a lot of such stories. The reality is, children are not born loving maths. They learn to love it with the kind of things that you do in your homes. And this is not only making sure that the child gets good marks in schools. That is the last of the and least of the concerns. They learn through experiences they have with mathematics, and most of it starts at home. And we'll be talking about that. Now, first of all, before I get into this, I'll be talking about two kinds of mathematics which are there. One which we call school maths, the other which we call the thinking maths or the real maths. Both, first of all, at the junior level, both are important. I'll tell you why. School maths is something about learning formulas, learning the processes. So if the child is given a process to follow, can he apply that process on simple application or simple problems? Memorizing the methods, practicing similar questions. So again, this is the old age saying that practice makes you good in mathematics. It is true, but again, there's much more than that in real mathematics, and the focus is mainly on marks. While if we talk about the thinking mathematics, it is all about observations, finding amazing patterns, exploring new ideas on his own, solving new problems which the child has not seen before on the basis of the concepts that he already knows, and building curiosity. जूनियर लेवल पे ये दोनों ही चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. It is very important. If the child only is doing this, there are going to be a long-term negative effects on mathematics, and the child is only doing this and not focusing on the school marks, it might not be very good for his or her confidence level. So getting good marks in school is important, particularly at the junior age, and at the same time, this is something which most of the parents ignore. And this, as I mentioned, can have long-term repercussions, long-term negative impact on the critical level or critical thinking level of the child. Okay, so now one of the things which we can do at home is provide students and children with these kind of very simple things. There are a lot of games, a lot of things which have come up on the internet. So tangrams is one thing wherein it improves the overall thinking level, the geometry, the kind of problems he is able to think of improves drastically. And so very simple tools consisting of 7 different shapes, and he has to make different shapes, think of different shapes, think of the relation in between the different shapes, and a child gets to learn a lot from tangrams. And this is one activity that we discuss a lot and do a lot in our junior sections. The other is Sudoku. Every newspaper has a Sudoku. Make your child a habit of solving a Sudoku every day. There are a lot of Sudoku puzzle books also which are available in the market on Amazon and on Flipkart and a lot of other places. Get your child a simple Sudoku puzzle book and make him do a Sudoku every day. Pattern puzzles, again, they start from very early age, and they go up to the difficult level, keeps on improving with every age. And these are something which improves the curiosity of the child. He is able to observe amazing patterns. The chess is, of course, one of the age-old games which I believe every child should know, because he is able to think of the ahead steps, next steps. And this definitely helps in mathematics, because in real mathematics also, you need to go and think of 2, 3, 4 steps ahead, which the child does not get an opportunity to think if he's only doing school mathematics. And last but not the least is the brain teasers. A lot of different kinds of brain teasers depending on what you want to improve. If you want to improve the observation patterns, there are observational brain teasers, there are mathematical brain teasers, logical brain teasers. So a lot of different brain teasers are there. Children think that they're playing. Of course, they're spending time, and we think that children are playing, but again, what they're actually doing is they're training their brains. Right? So in this AI era, wherein the AI also has to get trained, this is what it does to the children. They're training their brains, and again, it has a lot of positive impact on the children when they grow up. Now, these are the two different kinds of mathematics. One is the school mathematics. Okay, so the school would teach how to multiply, and they would teach a particular process to multiply. And of course, the students with enough practice, they'll be able to solve these kind of problems. And then there are these kind of thinking problems wherein there's no particular way. There's no procedure which the students has to follow, and we, of course, do not recommend giving students a procedure. They are on their own. For example, in these kind of puzzles that we give to the children, that we have a set of 4 numbers, and in every set we give which number is at the correct place. If the number is there, which number is there, and which number is at the correct place. For example, green represents one of these numbers is there in the correct place. Yellow represents the number is there, but it might not be in the correct phase, right? So there's no particular process or procedure which the students follow in solving these kind of problems. But again, if the child spends enough time on these kind of things, they are training their brain, and it has a long-term positive impact. Formulas, questions, test memory. This is very important, but the puzzle question develop the observation, logic, persistence, and creativity, which I believe is required to make a child a good problem solver for life, because this is one skill which is going to be required in 5 years, 10 years down the line. And this is going to be the only skill in this age of AI, wherein the processes might not matter. We need problem solvers. We need problem solvers. So real life rewards solving unfamiliar problems, and this is going to be something which is the most important skill required going down the line. Now, Olympiad math, the real Olympiad maths, of course, gives you an opportunity to get into the real and thinking kind of mathematics. School focuses on applying the formulas, which I believe is important. They should know the basic multiplication. But again, the Olympiad mathematics, that is the good math contest like NMTC, AMC 8, and then of course, when they grow up, it is the official mathematics Olympiad in India, which is taken by HBCSE, MTI, that is IOQM. So these are the problems which get asked in the real Olympiads, which test the logical capability, and also the problems which are in most of these contests are new to them, and only the students who have the capability of thinking on their own will be able to solve them in real time. So Olympiads build logical thinking, they build pattern recognition, they build creativity, observational skills, and of course the child is able to become a good problem solver for life. And that is why this is very important to inculcate this habit early on, particularly in grades 3 to 7, because this is a learning stage. बहुत सारे बच्चे इस stage पे they learn a lot of amazing things, and they keep this in their brains for life, right? So this is the best age to develop, because it takes the least amount of efforts. The children are able to think naturally. It helps them build logical thinking, curiosity, confidence, observation, and problem solving skills. And once the child grows up, you will not know then when he's become a good problem solver for life. Now, if you wait until the higher classes, which is a very common mistake which a lot of parents make, it becomes very difficult, right? So, अगर किसी स्टूडेंट ने 7th 8th तक सिर्फ स्कूल मैथमेटिक्स किया एंड थिंकिंग मैथ्स के ऊपर काम ही नहीं किया, it becomes very difficult to make him unlearn those things. It becomes very difficult to make him question the general things which any teacher is putting him across. And he has already developed this habit of taking things on his own. He is already dependent on the teacher, right? So it becomes very, very, very difficult. It is possible, but it becomes very difficult, and the effort increases multifolds to make sure that child is able to grasp all the things in the natural way. Now, think of these two children. Child A, he's doing very good in school mathematics, has memorized all the formulas, methods, but is focused mainly on the textbook problems. You ask any problem to him, he will definitely be able to answer that particular question, but has only attempted only school exams. No other math contest is given, and waits to be taught the method. He is dependent on the teacher. He wants the methods to be taught, but once it is taught, then of course he will remember. Versus a child who solves unfamiliar problems very confidently, who thinks independently on his own. He has explored puzzles and logical challenges, has tried Olympiads and a lot of good math contests which challenges the students, isn't afraid to try different approaches, isn't afraid to say that, oh, ma'am or sir in my school has done this, let me try this approach also. Loves learning and exploring new ideas. Now, there is going to be a huge difference at the junior level. If we are only talking about school maths, school marks, both the kind of students might be able to get 100% marks. But again, this child is learning a lot more. And this becomes very evident when the higher grades come up, wherein the good math contests, good kind of competitive exams come up. This child is going, the difference is going to be clearly visible. Some of the students who we started working on from very early age have been doing really great. So NMTC is one of the math contests which we recommend to all our students. Particularly, it starts from grade 5th onwards, and a lot of our students have been performing at the highest level. So 2nd in India, 3rd in India, 4th in India. These are grade 5th and 6th students. And 7th and 8th, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th. These are some of the amazing NMTC results which our students have produced over the last years. And of course, the ecosystem has been built by both the teachers and the parents. So this is why the parents choose Vedantu Olympiad School, because whatever I've taught you about the thinking mathematics, we are providing it to our students. We make sure that we cover all the school and Olympiad mathematics. We make sure the concept is taught from the basic level, and it is not only about telling that concept, it is about the story behind that particular concept. A simple example which I give to the students is, on the parents is, a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. A lot of students, even in grade 9th, 10th, 11th, know this, but they do not know why does it happen. And that is why if there is any other divisibility rule, let's say of divisibility rule of 7 or 13 or 19, they might not be able to derive it. But students who know the derivation of this particular thing might be able to derive a divisibility rule for any prime numbers. This is the major difference. There are daily brain challenges. I'll talk about the structure that we follow in our classes, particularly for the junior sections. There are monthly progress reports, academic mentor is provided, and of course it shapes up the child for long-term Olympiad growth. So these are the different courses. For every grade, there are 2 batches. This is grade 3 batch, and this grade 3 weekend batch. Weekend batch classes happen on Saturdays and Sundays. This grade 4 batch and grade 4 weekend, 5 and 5 weekend, grade 6 and grade 6 weekend, and then there is grade 7 batch. A lot of these courses are starting this week, and you can look at the class days and the timings. Now, this is what we are doing really special. Every class consists of these 3 things which we think are very important. All the 3 things are very important to improve the child, to improve the interest level of the child, and improve the overall mathematics. It is not only about talking to him about the particular concept that is doing in the schools. That we do. But we also tell about the whys of the thing. Why does this thing particularly work? What is happening behind the scenes when he's doing a particular thing? Followed by a 10-minute brain puzzle in every class. So every class we make sure that we give a puzzle for the children to think. They discuss amongst themselves, they discuss with the teachers, and overall thinking gets improved. Followed by a 10-minute of speed math. So every class we pick up a theme, and on the basis of theme we train the students and all our children and on a particular theme. For example, one of the theme can be something like 18 times 99 plus 18. So again, he knows that he has to take 18 common and 99 plus 1 is 100. So distributive property, right? So this kind of theme is one of the themes that we pick, right? So every class there is a theme which overall improves the thinking level and also the speed level of the child. And all of these things are very important, particularly at the junior age. एक बार जब एज निकल जाती है, उसके बाद स्पीड मैथ का रेलेवेंस कम हो जाता है. द स्पीड मैथ्स, इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ स्पीड मैथ्स starts reducing significantly, but once the child has achieved a minimum speed, that is only after the child has achieved a minimum speed. For grade 7 it is the same thing, just that the classes are 90 minutes instead of 60 minutes, right? So what we have done is every course, grade 3, grade 4, 5, 6, 7 has been divided into 5 modules. 5 modules means 5 topics. We pick number theory, geometry, logic and so on. Every module is 8 classes, so 8 class per module, plus there is a discussion class after the test. So total of 45 live classes, and we cover a module in every month, one module every month. So this is how it goes, right? So these are the brain puzzles. So there are number theory brain puzzles, logic brain puzzles, challenging brain puzzles, speed rounds, shape puzzles, and pattern hunting that we do in the class. And learning continues after the class. So after every class we give a 5-minute small 5-minute test which the students have to attempt before coming to the next class, so that we are able to judge where the child is lacking, कौन से weak areas हैं, कौन से strong areas हैं, so that it helps both the parents and the teachers to work on a particular thing if the child is lacking in a particular area. After the course, we can expect better school marks, strong conceptual understanding, speed and accuracy in mathematics, long-term Olympiad foundation, confidence in competitive exams, confidence in solving the problem which the child has not seen before, and last but not the least is improving the thinking ability of the child, right? So in addition we give, right, so there are a lot of math contests which students give, and we give them additional classes. There are NMTC classes for students who are attempting NMTC. There are SOF classes for the students who are writing SOFs. This is over and above the standard classes which we provide to our children. Right, so all these things are there, right? So, in short, can the mathematics be developed? The answer is 100% yes. Have we done this? Lot of stories. There are a lot of stories wherein the child did not have any interest in mathematics. He came to us. We understood the nature, what the child actually wants. He was very bored with school maths. He wanted some kind of interesting puzzles which we provided, and of course, not only the thinking capability shot up, but also, he started enjoying mathematics. He's become very good in mathematics, and these are not 1, 2, 3 stories. There are ample number of stories like this, right? So all these links are there in the description of this particular video. If there are any questions, there's a Google form also which is attached. You can fill this Google form. Our team is going to get in touch with you. Should you have any queries, if you want to talk to me or any of the teachers, you can. And let's start this journey. I'm very sure it is going to impact the child in a positive way. Take care. God bless you. Bye everyone.